Hello friends, my name is Kevin Kutto, and in this video I am going to talk about 5 different strategies which will help you to resolve any conflict, whether it is professional life conflict or whether it is personal life conflict, effectively and successfully. This video is an extension of my previous YouTube video, which was how to manage your professional and personal conflicts effectively. If you have not watched that video yet, I have provided the link in the description below and also at the end of this video. So what is a conflict? Conflict is a situation where two or more people have different opinions, different perspectives, different solutions to the same problem. In my previous video, I had talked about 10 different steps to resolve any conflict. The first 9 steps were preparatory steps which are necessary in order to create right condition, right environment in order to resolve any conflict. The 10th step was action step where you need to apply the strategy to resolve the conflict. In this video, I'm going to talk about 5 different strategies which you can use to resolve any conflict. So are you ready? Let's begin. And if you're not done yet, please subscribe to my YouTube channel by hitting that red subscribe button. It will help me to create better and better content for you. Strategy number 1. Avoid strategy. This is a lose-win strategy. That means you are definitely going to lose this conflict. I also call this as Jaane bhi do yaro strategy. The reason why I call it so is because there are some conflicts which are not at all necessary to enter into, where you should spend your time and energy. So it is better to let them go. You can practice this strategy by 2 ways. The first way is either you totally ignore, or second way is withdraw temporarily. Now in which cases you should withdraw? In some cases you are not sure whether this conflict is necessary or the impact of that conflict. In that case, you want to wait and watch. That's where you should use withdraw. The second case is you know something is wrong, but you don't have data right now with you to prove that. So you can withdraw and collect the right data, and then you decide whether you want to go into the conflict or not. Strategy number 2. Accommodating strategy. Like avoid strategy, this is also a lose-win situation where you are definitely going to lose this conflict. I also call this as हार की जीतने वाले को बाजीगर कहते हैं. The reason why I call it so, because the person in front of you is so important to you and the conflict is so minor that you want other person to win, you let other person to win, and you concede defeat. That way you maintain peace and harmony in your life. Now be aware, if you are using this strategy again and again, the person in front of you know your weakness and they can take advantage of you. So make sure that you are using this strategy only when needed and necessary. Strategy number 3. Competing strategy. This is a win-lose strategy. But the biggest problem is you're never going to know who is going to win unless until you enter into this conflict and you get the result of this conflict. You should use this strategy only in emergency situations. If you are playing or you are competing to win every conflict in your life, then you may lose lot of friends, lot of good people, lot of people who are very important to you in long term, and in long term you may not win. It's very important to understand that it's not necessary to win every battle in order to win the war. So where you should use this strategy, where your financial stakes, reputation, your career, your family life, your relationship are at stake. For example, 2 businesses are competing with each other in order to win a project. Here, if you don't go into competing mode, you can lose that project. Strategy number 4. Collaborative strategy. I also call this strategy as Hum Saath Saath Hai strategy. This is a win-win strategy where every party wins. In this strategy, you are going to sit together, different people who are involved into conflict, they are going to work together in order to find the solution which is agreeable to everybody. So obviously, you can use this strategy when you want to solve any important problem. But you cannot use this policy all the time because it requires a lot of time and commitment. It also requires willingness of people who are involved into the conflict to sit together and find the solution to the problem. Strategy number 5, compromising strategy. Now this is a lose-lose strategy. I also call it as na tera na mera strategy. That means both the parties are willing to let go their ground little bit in order to come to the compromising solution. Now generally this kind of strategy is used when both the parties have equivalent power and they don't want to let other party win, but they're willing to let go little bit in order to reach to the solution. Generally, two businesses who go into contract with each other let go little bit of their ground in order to make sure that they make this contract together. So by this time you might have understood that if conflict is not at all important to you or little bit important to you and you want to win the friends, use avoid or accommodating strategies. But if the stakes are high, you should use competing or collaborating strategy. And if nothing is going to work out, think about compromising strategy. If you follow all these 5 strategies at right places, then definitely you can resolve any conflict successfully and effectively.